Hello? Yellow? Yellow? Are we good? I don't even know when it died, is the sad thing. We back. Oh, that's a bummer. How much of it did you even hear? How much of the song did you even hear? And is my bitrate still poo-poo? Is it poo-poo? According to Restream, the health is excellent. It says that the stream health is excellent on Restream. But I don't know what to make of what. Round 2, do it again. Was that the internet that's the internet I was talking about. I thought I had more of it than you could ever know what to do with, but alas, I had none of it. No, what's funny is my internet speed is fine. It's great. I just tested and it was still a whole gigabit. It was one entire unit of gigabit. Yeah, hope and pray. Wait, all you heard was the beginning. I guess I'm playing it again. Okay, but this time what I'm going to do, because I realized like 10 seconds in, I was like, oh shoot, I really should have gotten chat pulled up on the Raspberry Pi. Because normally I do. Normally I do have the chat pulled up. And I'm going to go one step further and even pull up the YouTube chat. I need to get a link, like a bookmark or whatever you call it. I'm going to put YouTube chat on the left. And I'm going to put YouTube chat on the left and Twitch chat on the right, and I'll always have... You found your earbud! That's fantastic news. I could honestly not possibly be happier for you. That's not sarcasm, man. I love when you find the prodigal earbud. It truly is a wonderful feeling. Unless you find it and it's in your pants pocket that just came through the wash. Although the wireless earbuds that I use have gone through the wash twice and are actually still fine. Believe it or not. It was in your car, of course. Of course it was in your car. That was funny, right? Can I get an affirmation that I'm really, really funny? Anyway, I guess I have to play all of My Castle Town again. I guess I have to play the whole thing again, because that didn't really count. But welcome to my channel. Welcome to 88-Bit Music. I am him. I am that person. I'm very happy to have you here if you're new. Hopefully you're in for a real treat, because I'm going to try and play lots of music for you. And I've got all kinds of funny little gimmicks and bells and whistles here on the 88-Bit Music that make things extra special and extra fun, that maybe you'll see them, maybe you won't. That's not really up to me. My internet is fun. Okay, whatever, coveting cape. Whatever, man. I don't need that. I don't need that from you. The Raspberry Pi is being a troublesome little lad, though, if we're being fully real with ourselves. It's being a troublesome little lad. All right. Do you hear that rattle? Is Deltarune Piano Collection Volume 2 confirmed? I cannot confirm nor deny that it is confirmed, but if you look at recent videos on my YouTube channel, one thing will give a pretty big hint. Do you hear that rattle? That's killing me. Makes me sad. Zins, if you've played Chaos King and don't forget, then the one I'm about to play, Castle Town, it's maybe actually the easiest on the whole thing. I think, like, it's still not easy, but it's maybe the easiest. So I would recommend that, personally. I think it's the most accessible. When will it be released? Well, if I can't confirm that it exists, I can't confirm when it will be released. Volume 2, will it be chapters 3 through 4 or 3 through 5? Well, I'll put it this way. If it was made before 5 came out, then it will only be 3 and 4. Because I don't hear the music until the game is out. Although, in the case of Chapter 5, that's sort of ironic because I have music on it. But I didn't know that till it happened. Coveting Cape. I appreciate the kind words. Let's do My Castle Town. I should actually shut up and play music, huh? I don't. Yeah, here we go. All right, let's get it together. Take two. Take two. My Castle Town. Don't forget is maybe easier. I think before the story is a little deceptively difficult. I could play those later. So I'm realizing more and more the challenges of doing the two chat thing, the YouTube and Twitch. Someone asked, is the piano out of tune? And yup, sure is. It's super out of tune. And Mr. Soffit in the Twitch chat very politely and responsibly and wonderfully did the command !tuning, which gives an explanation that currently my tip goal is very specifically to get the piano tuned. So that little bar there, bottom right, is for tips to get the piano tuned, because it sounds terrible. It's rough. It's rough. The tip bar, the link is only on Twitch, but I just realized I can make YouTube link to that too. That's no problem, because I'm a shameless sellout. But no, nobody's ever expected to tip, for the record. That is just, if you want to support a little extra, and if you were over on Twitch, you can use the tokens that you get from that to give requests. You also get one for free just by default. And also, if you just ask nicely for songs, I will often play them for free, because it's not all about getting every dollar I can. It's just mostly about that. But it's not all about that. What is the Twitch name? 88-bit music. I should probably set up a way to link to that, huh? Twitch link is in the description. Yeah, but I could go ahead and just... There's no rule against having a command that links people to my Twitch, right? Now, I can't do the opposite. I cannot, because I am a Twitch partner, I am definitely not allowed to encourage people to leave my Twitch chat and go elsewhere. I am not any kind of like exclusive YouTube partner or anything, so I think I can do anything I want as far as redirecting people to Twitch. Right? Is that am I right about that? I'm pretty sure. I'm right about that. But I know for a fact that I am not allowed to direct people away from Twitch to another place, which is fine, because Twitch is always going to be my home base. It's always going to be... It's always going to be my main squeeze. Let me see. I'm making a command, !Twitch. Man, there are so many nice people here. My goodness gracious. Also, I just got emailed a contract for something. I can't tell you what, though. I can't tell you what. Should I take a minute right now and sign it? I'm probably going to want to read it. I did already read it, but this is a new version for signatures, so it could be different. I don't know. I'll take a look and sign it after. I just want to get all my dirty money. Don't worry about what it's for. Don't worry. It's not what you think. I can tell you that much. It's not what you think. Do do be do do do. Oh wait, interesting. This is actually just an NDA. Oh, that's funny. It's funny I even need to do an NDA for this. The Forgotten Man song. I don't know what that is. No, I'm just kidding. I do know what that is, but I haven't played it yet. I don't know it in context fully. Getting blown up. I've played one song, and we're almost an hour in. We got $6.90 from Tubby. Thanks, Tubby. Appreciate that. That sounded like an insult. Thanks, Tubby. Man, I'm getting tons of emails. So I feel like we need to at some point rip the Band-Aid off and introduce the new people from YouTube to the tip alerts of 88-bit music. Should I Hang on, there's so much going on. Do I know any Chapter 5 songs? No, but I love it. I love it. Am I hearing a request for Africa? See, okay, let me give him a quick breakdown. I'm going to give you the quick breakdown because I'm being super vague and I'm reading a contract at the same time that I'm reading two different chats and I'm mentioning things and then I'm not following up on them. I'm a disaster of a human. I'm a train wreck, but aren't we all? Hey, we have the exact same amount. Whoa! We have 44 people watching on Twitch and 44 people watching on YouTube, and that adds up to 88 bits of music. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so here on 88-bit music, I've been streaming for 10 years. I took about a year off because my wife was preggers. I was about to say she still is. No, she isn't now. The child exists in this world. My beautiful little baby girl who's almost 2. And actually, I retired from streaming specifically because she was pregnant and I was working on the Deltarune album, the first one. And so I was just in too deep. There was way too much going on. I retired from streaming. I'm back at it. However, back in the day when I was a full-time streamer, it was my thing. It was my just straight up bread and butter. It was my main job. I was notorious, and I can say that with a straight face, not just humble bragging. I was known for my tip alerts. So, for example, I made one that was an entire 4-minute music video of Africa that's triggered when somebody tips $45.67. It was so over the top and so ridiculous, and I spent about 2 years working on it, such that someone from The Verge, like the tech website The Verge, connected with me the next day because they wanted to do an article about it, and they did. There's an article on The Verge about one of my tip alerts. So these are the kinds of things that you might have in store, if you stick around on this channel. That was what I was going to say. And so I'm tempted to just trigger one of them myself so that I can read emails. I was considering triggering one of those so that I can take a second and sign emails, or sign documents. But I think I'll just wait and be responsible and do it after. Yes, there is quite a laundry list of alerts, but you can't do a command for them on YouTube yet. I can make it do that later. Okay, I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to set that aside. Contract's not going to go anywhere. It's not for what you think. But it's tangentially related. Also, thank you to, was it Jaron D. Ratman who tipped $5, and it was like Bubby Butts, Bubbly Butts tipped $6.90 or something like that. I should play music. No, let's see. We got $6.90 from Tubby Tipped. We got $5 from Jaron D. Ratman who said makeover for Gary. And we got $3 from Okina Matara, who I don't think that played an alert. Oh, it might only play if it's 5 or more. The little that whole thing. And Field of Hopes and Dreams is now on the queue as requested by Crusader X. So thank you for that, Crusader. I appreciate it. You may have come over just from YouTube to do that. Have in store is an accurate pun. Pay to play. But I try and do so much of my stuff here for free. I try to not be a greedy man. What's the expiration situation? None. It doesn't expire. It expires when I screw up the coding and the local files get deleted because it entirely exists locally on my computer. I need to somehow make it back up elsewhere. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy paste the file. It is a single file on my computer locally that is all the tokens for the chat. So that's good, right? Am I doing it right? Am I doing things right? Let me see here. Let me see. It's got a label. Okay. All right. I'm going to play music. Field of Hopes and Dreams. Can I edit your token to 999? Actually, yes. I could copy paste it very quickly. It'd be pretty simple. Let's see. Field of Hopes and Dreams from the hit motion picture Deltarune for the Nintendo 64. I'm going to keep making that joke. I feel like that's the one. I feel like I've finally dialed in something good. The Undertale Piano Collections is by, I'd say a friend of mine. We haven't really interacted much, but I've worked with him, David Peacock. The Undertale Piano Collections, I am not at all prepared to say I like mine more. I don't think that it's like that. I think they're very different. I think the Undertale Piano Collections are much, much more playable. Way more playable. And then, there's always going to be a trade-off when you strive to make something a little more actually accessible and playable. Mine there's like a lot of energy and spark to it, but they're also a little chaotic. And so it's not quite as playable. I think it's just a different style. Okina Matar, thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. So yeah, I would definitely never say that I think my Deltarune collection is better. I think that they're very different. And David Peacock is incredible. He's an incredibly talented arranger. He arranged 2 of the tracks on my Pokemon album. So I have an album of Pokemon arrangements on Spotify. If you listen to the Trainer Battle track, he arranged that. It's for 2 pianos, but both of them are just me. I just double-tracked. What do I think of the Hollow Knight collection? Gorgeous. That's also David Peacock. Really gorgeous. I would also maybe literally kill to do a piano collections of Silk Song. I don't know what it's going to take to make that happen, but I'd crap my pants and die if I got that opportunity. Maybe he's already planning to do it with David again for that one. I don't really know, but I'd poop my pants. I would poop my pants if that happened. I'm available. Just saying, I'm available. All right, Field of Hopes and Dreams. Let's see if I can play this decently. So, people might come in here expecting that I can just like pop off and play any of my own arrangements, which would be a very reasonable thing to expect of me, but I can't. Don't ask me to play Big Shot, for example. It will be a train wreck. I would probably actually just reject it if somebody requests that, though I will let you watch me suffer for a bit. I should play music, huh? There's too much fun stuff going on. There's too much chatting and nice people and all this. I can't keep up. I've played 1 song and we're an hour in. I'm going to have to start doing longer streams. I have plans for that, actually. Less streams and longer is kind of my thinking for the future. Here's Field of Hopes and Dreams. Everybody, please take your seats. Have your cough drops unwrapped and ready to go so that you don't make noise. It's time for Field of Hops and Drams, which is going to be my hybrid distillery/brewery. Let's go. Just please yell at me if the stream dies or something. Are we having trouble with the request system? Let me see. So, okay, here is the issue. You get tokens connected with the name that you used for tipping. Because my custom bot that I have set up is like assigning them on a dictionary based on the username that was used to tip. So if, like, let me see what it was that you tipped from. Yeah, the name that Streamlabs sees is Tubby, like Tubbi, but then your name on Twitch is Tubby. But here's what I'm going to do. Here's the thing. I'm going to go free token, and then I'm going to go TTUBBIEEE, and look at that. You have a token now. How about that? I gave you one because we made it right. Here at 88-Bit Music, we make it right. You wanted to hear Hip Shop. I will play you Hip Shop. Oh, I see you already put it on the queue. But yeah, everyone gets a free token just by talking once in the chat. I want it to be so clear. It's not just all about the money here. It is partially about the money. I am doing this as a side hustle. I am making that bread, supporting my family, supporting my little baby. My wife quit her job about 6 months ago, so I'm doing the sole breadwinner thing. So I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing the other. I'm doing all the stuff. Sorry, aren't you incredibly rich? We're doing well. We're doing well right now. I will say that. We're not desperate. So I'm not ever going to push like too hard for tips and stuff. But the thing with the freelance lifestyle, because I don't have a job. I don't have a full-time job anywhere, and I probably never will. The thing is, you never know how long that's going to last. So, I have to work like I'm broke all the time. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Got to keep that hustle mentality going. So I do appreciate the tips. I really appreciate the subs and all that. But at the same time, I want you to have just as fun of a time here, whether or not you tip. So anyone who talks even once in Twitch chat gets a free request token to request something. Also, you can just ask nicely. When there's nothing on the queue, which right now there's a lot on the queue, when there's nothing on the queue, just ask. And if it's something that I know and enjoy playing, I'll probably just do it anyway. Oh, you can always come home. Okay, that is one that is not on my piano collections. And Friendship, which I see 2 later, is not on my piano collections. So these I will be reading from a score. I'm not sure which score I have. Let's see. You can always... Is this the one that goes like... Oh, let's have some fun with this. We're going to have some fun with You Can Always Come Home. Because it's not just about piano here at the 88 Bits Music. I got my little buddy right here. This is my little buddy. This is my buddy Jimmy. Jimmy is a good boy. Jimmy is a melodica, which you've probably heard of melodicas. They're kind of like a toy instrument, except Jimmy is not a toy. Jimmy is a real boy. He has 44 keys of wind keyboard goodness. That is half the range of a piano on this little guy right here. And he is beautiful. And he sings like an angel. He sings like an angel. Are there any songs I wanted to include in the Deltarune piano collection but ultimately cut out for some reason? There were some that we left out for future use, let's just say. There's a reason it's called Volume 1. And, a lot of it was based on a few things, a few metrics. Popularity is always going to be number one. It's what's most popular, what just has to be covered. So Big Shot, for example, like there's no way around it. You have to do Big Shot. But then the second thing is how well does it adapt to piano? And number one often overrules number two because Big Shot does not adapt well to piano at all. So you know what I had to do? I had to make it adapt to piano. I think I did a pretty good job. I was very happy with Big Shot. I was very, very happy with Big Shot. Then after that, I mean, really those are the metrics, but then we also try and sort of hang on to some fun stuff for later. Like, you don't want to use all the gems right out the box. or right out the gate. But I mean, Volume 1 kind of did. It's you got Rude Buster, Field of Hopes and Dreams, Big Shot, Attack of the Killer Queen, World Revolving. These are like you're hitting all of the just big, heavy hitters. Chapter 1, okay, hot take. I love the music of all of it, right? But I like Chapter 1 and 2 more than I like Chapter 3 and 4, music-wise, just overall, broadly speaking. But Chapter 5 slaps so hard. So hard. Am I alone in that? I don't think 3 and 4 are bad by any means. I still love the music. But I think 1 and 2 are like peak. Then 3 and 4 are like, yeah, this is good. But then 5, we are back to peak with it. That's just my take. It's my take. Let's see. I better actually play music, huh? Is anybody with me on that? I mean specifically on not liking 3 and 4 quite as much as 1 and 2. Like, is that maybe that's just a me thing? I don't know, but I still loved it. Definitely. Yeah, it's the best because I'm in it. Nah. Quiet Glade is gorgeous. Oh, I have a wish list of what tracks I would arrange. Maybe if you ask nicely, I'll tell you what my wish list would be for if I arrange it. Yeah, I'll be honest. Black Knife, I don't even know. Of course it can be done. You can arrange anything for piano. But could I make it compelling? Black Knife? Yes. Do I want to? Yes. Yeah, Raylino Pralino, I'm sure I'm saying that right. I think that's a great way of putting it. 1 and 2 are wall-to-wall bangers. It just never stops. 3 and 4, I think there are like a handful of huge hits that like are killer, but it's not quite as like wall-to-wall banger. That's just, I don't know. That's just my take. By the way, there's a lawnmower going outside that is so loud. I don't know if you guys have been hearing that. for the knocking on the piano. I gotta give all credit for that one to the transcriber, because I was just playing a simple lead sheet written by someone over on ninsheetmusic.org. So these are just people who, for fun, transcribe tracks from games. It's a really clean transcription by Latios212. I doubt that was your given birth name. But then again, who knows these days? Who knows, truly? Love that track. Gorgeous track. Obviously, it's a mixture of what is it just called? Home in Undertale? Is it just called Home? What's the name of the equivalent track in Undertale? Glad you guys like that. I'm glad you liked it. I don't know why that sounded so corny the way I said it. Glad you liked it. We're going to do Hip Shop next. Yep, it's just called Home. Cool. Wondering if I could play the version of Scarlet Forest that plays in Chapter 5, i.e. lower pitched and slower. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to just play it lower and then play it slower. I mean, that sounds so, like, duh, but... no, you're the best, Alexander Derrick. This is so fun. I love having new people to play for. This makes me very happy. I think somebody tipped and I didn't say anything. Lev the Drekken tipped $5 and says, always love listening to the Deltarune Piano Collection Volume 1 in the morning while I make my cup of joe. Keep up the good work. That makes me very happy. Really, this all just makes me so happy, seeing you guys here and playing for some new folks. It's the best. We have almost exactly the same amount of people on Twitch and YouTube constantly. Right now, there are 59 on YouTube and 58 on Twitch. Yeah, this makes me very happy. Seriously. I feel like this is bringing out the best in me. I haven't really been bringing my all to streaming lately. But having new people and like just the energy of all of it and knowing that people are enjoying it so much, it gets me going. That makes me feel real good. I hope you guys are having fun. So, Hip Shop. I'm fine with the fact that today is like all Deltarune. And some of these I don't know. I don't remember what the Holy is at all. Friendship is one I considered putting on the first album. That was on my short list. I had a lot of input on it. Ultimately, it's a collaboration. Toby gave some input as well. I have never once spoken with him. I have had no interaction with Toby whatsoever. Toby, if you're watching, if you're out there, I appreciate you, and I love you, and I hope you're doing great. We should talk sometime. It's time for Hip Shop. I'm not even sure he exists, to be honest. That's kind of the meme, right? That Toby isn't actually a real person. Hip Shop. This is one of a couple that I wasn't sure I liked. Not the track, my arrangement. I wasn't sure I liked my arrangement when I wrote it. And it's one where after the fact, I was like, yes, I like this. I approve. I feel like my touch on the album was a little heavy. It felt just a little heavy, a little aggressive. But the piano was pretty intense. It was a pretty like active, punchy piano. Got a text from my wife. Hang on. From my bride. All right. Hip Shop. Let's give it a shot. This is a fun one. And this was my oddball track. So every album I ever do, I have to pick at least one track that's an oddball choice. This was the oddball for this one. Cyber's World was like a bit of an odd choice, but not quite as odd because it's a huge hit. This was a weird choice, and it's so short. The original is 20 seconds or something. It's just ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then that's like it. Yeah, a minute, sure. But I just took it and ran, man. I took it and ran. I had some fun with it. So it's got like what I'd call sort of a Travis Picking vibe. That's like a country term, right, for like a kind of guitar playing the doom. So it's a little bit of like a folk feel, a little bit of influence from like maybe Punch Brothers in this. But I had a lot of fun with it. So let's do it. Scotty Boop. Okay, so I saw a question about if I can do tracks from chapter 5. The only way I could do that is if a score exists, because I have not actually learned anything. Hang on. Hang on just a moment. Cool. What was I about to say? Yeah, so I would need sheet music to do that. That would be the only thing, because I have not learned any. You know, it'd be kind of fun to do a live learn at some point of a Deltarune track. Like, just actually sit down and learn one of them by ear. In before live learn of Cutie Mew Mew Magic. Spleep. Spleep. Wow, I gotta cook, man. There's a lot on the queue. There was something else I was going to respond to. You know I can do at least 2 for chapter 5. That's right. Oh yeah, the Discord. Feel free to join the Discord. There's no command for it on YouTube. What there is a command for, okay, this is a total pivot, and I probably should be shilling this more than I am. Oh, that was not intentional. I'm right here. I don't have to be right back. I'm right here. I probably should be shilling this more than I have been. I have a game. I made a game. It is really close to coming out. The current plan is the end of July. It's nothing like Deltarune. It is a puzzle roguelike based on dominoes. I realize that sounds like the most boring thing ever. It's actually really fun. You got to trust me. It's actually pretty fun. It is on Steam. There is a free demo. The game's not out yet, so you can't pay a penny for it anyway. But there's a free demo, and wish lists really helped me a lot. I made most of this thing, but I made it along with Exosneko, one of my beloved longtime mods here, who is an actual professional coder. I am but a wee lad with the coding, but I have been doing it for quite a while now. And I'm really, really, really proud of this thing that I made that is getting pretty close to coming out. It is nothing like Deltarune. I have another project that I've been working on that's more of like a passion project that's like a little more like that, but not even really. But yeah, it would mean the world to me if you just go wishlist that. That's really all you got to do. What game would I compare it to? So anyone who plays it, the very first thing they say, or anyone who sees it, they say, oh, it's Balatro but Dominoes. It's not Balatro but Dominoes. The scoring is similar to Balatro. Actually, the scoring just straight up is like the scoring of Balatro. I'm not even going to pretend it's not. The games it is more like are Into the Breach and Baba Is You, I would say. Because it's more about like spatial relationships. Like this is going to make this do this, which is going to make these do this, which is going to make it's chain reactions, right? Like dominoes. It's not easy, but once you've spent like an hour with it and it clicks, it is really addictive. There are people who have spent a lot of time playing the demo. So that would be really cool if you wishlist that. If you end up enjoying it, send it to some friends, put it in a Discord here or there or whatever. Just, don't be annoying about it. We're having a hard time getting the ball rolling with wish lists. So anything anyone can do to help with that, I mean, especially just wish listing it yourself. Yggdrasil, one of my mods in the chat, has spent about 30 hours playing it. So that should tell you that it's at least kind of fun. 38 hours, he says. Yeah, but it would mean the world to me, seriously, if you go wishlist that. I'm not shilling it as much as I probably should, honestly. I'm not a good businessman. I like to just make things. And not have to shill and push stuff or whatever. We got more people watching on Twitch than usual, too. We got 76 people on YouTube. What is happening? I better keep playing. Hi, Trevor. It was surreal when parts of your arrangements played during the latest Deltarune chapter. The slowed-down version of Crimson Force was beautiful, says Pressipra. Thank you so much. I am looking forward to playing it and seeing it in context myself. The Deltarune fans are all filtering in, probably. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I like the idea that... Well, some people say Crimson Force, but yeah, it's Scarlet is the actual name. You got my stream recommended on YouTube, but you prefer Twitch. So hi, Kreisy, maybe. You're better off in the Twitch chat only because some of the functionality of my like custom bot only works in Twitch anyway. So that's actually probably the place to watch. What's really funny to me is that YouTube, doing the multi-stream to YouTube and having the YouTube chat, it's kind of like this nice little cage or like a little zoo that we can keep all the Deltarune weirdos in. That's where we put all the Deltarune people, and then all the normies can stay over here in Twitch chat. We should keep it that way, right? Have us sort of cordon them off in Normans. Keep all the Normans in the Twitch chat. No, I'm just kidding. The crossover and the bleed between the two is already indistinguishable. So many of my longtime Twitch people are also fans of Undertale and Deltarune and all that. The cool guys are on YouTube. No, you're all cool. I'm nervous about sarcasm right now because there's so many new people and I don't know how seriously they'll take me. To all the new people here, if I'm like super duper sarcastic or say things that sound extremely mean, I swear I'm kidding. I swear I'm kidding. You don't know me that well yet at this point. I'm a goof. I'm a goof. I'm a trolly trolls goofy goof boy Magoo. I wanted people to take me seriously, yes. They still haven't seen Africa. Keep that in mind. They still haven't seen Africa, so they're not quite aware of like what they signed up for by being here. But the alerts don't happen much these days anyway, so you're probably fine. Here's friendship. Lagoud says, hey, I don't know if this means anything to you, but I'm listening to the Deltarune piano collections right now, and they're just beautiful. I'm just gobsmacked, love that word, by them. I'm really glad that I was able to discover your music and excited to hear more of it. Why would that mean nothing to me? Why wouldn't that mean anything to me? That means everything to me. That seriously means everything to me. I love knowing how much people are enjoying this stuff. It can be sort of like the creative world of like sitting around arranging and then recording stuff. It can be like a pretty lonely world. So getting to directly hear from people how much it means to them is really awesome. I'm going to do melodica for friendship. Lagoud, I don't know if it sounds vain. I mean, I guess it's just a fact. I have been getting that a lot lately. the compliments from people and people saying it's the most amazing thing and whatever. I have been getting that a lot. That's true. But I mean, it doesn't make it mean any less when one person says it. So yeah, I mean, the compliments have been just gushing lately. It's very neat. It's very affirming to what I'm doing. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Here's friendship from Deltarune. From Deltarune. I don't know. I was trying to cook up a joke on the spot. It didn't work out. Wait. Do I have reverb? No. I don't have reverb. What's the point? What's the point without reverb? All right, here we go. There we go. Something like that. Yeah, melodica and piano are tasty. Whoa! 5 mad movie makers. Okay, first of all, can we all take a moment to recognize we are in the presence of greatness, YouTube greatness. 5 mad movie makers, aka Roller Coaster Fox, is someone that I actually know in real life, believe it or not. And I've done some work for him. I've done some scores for 5 mad movie makers. You should go follow, or I guess it's called subscribe on YouTube. You should go subscribe to his channel if you haven't already, which you probably have because he's famous. But he's actually famous. I'm talking about somebody who's in YouTube chat right now, by the way. 5 mad movie makers. On Twitch, he's Roller Coaster Fox. You just got doxxed. You just got Roller Coaster doxxed. Terrible. Yeah, he does these really fun videos with like Hot Wheels cars and motorized dragons and whatever, and I've done scores for a few of them, and it's been really, really fun. We have 84 people watching on YouTube. Why are there 84 people watching me on YouTube right now? Why are there 84 people watching this? This is stupid. This is just crazy. I'm a YouTube streamer now. Remember 2 weeks ago when he had like 5 viewers on YouTube? Is the laugh track a live studio audience? Yeah, so it's not a laugh track. It's a live studio audience. Can only be one or the other. The Holy from Deltarune. I better keep playing requests, huh? I better keep it moving. It's the Deltarune Chapter 5 content deprivation pipeline. I am keeping you going. Is that the idea? I'm giving you just that little drip feed to hold you over until Chapter 6. You might have a while to wait. My sources tell me you have a while. What are my sources? Literally nothing but my brain, because I don't know anything. I've never known anything. What does the Holy sound like? I'm looking at it and it goes like booty oody 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 oody, and then it goes I don't really remember what it sounds like. Let's find out together. Oh, it's slow. Okay, so I've never once played this. I've heard it, of course, but I've never once actually played it. Praying Oven, how's it going? Good morning from America to RRRC 3035. On Twitch, it tells me when somebody talks for the first time, and so I always greet new people on Twitch. I'm so sorry if you're new here from YouTube and I haven't specifically said hi to you. This is me doing a blanket hello. I'm very happy to have you here, genuinely. And I'm sorry that I haven't said hello uniquely to each and every one of you, but I do appreciate you being here. Here is The Holy from Deltarune. Deltarune. I'm workshopping some jokes, okay? Let me get back to you. Okay, but you know what this needs is tons of reverb. We need way too much reverb. Lagood, thank you for the $5, a.k.a. 500 bits in this case, and saying thank you for making such beautiful arrangements. The Deltarune OST, it's already my favorite game ever, and somehow you made it even better. I hope you have a beautiful day. Well, thank you, Lagood. I appreciate that. A good piano adaptation does just sort of, it doesn't like improve on what's there, but it sort of just gives a new dimension to it. That's why I'm so obsessed with the Final Fantasy piano collections. They basically raised me. Ralino Pralino, start with either Don't Forget or My Castletown. But if you have no piano experience, maybe also work on learning like some simple classical pieces. If you have no experience. If you have some experience, you could go to like My Castletown. All right. I need to slather so much reverb on this bad boy. We need... Is that enough? Is that enough? You do have experience. Good. All right. That might be enough reverb. Will there be a volume 2? I cannot confirm or deny, but if you go look at my recent posts on YouTube, one of them might give you a big, fat hint. All right. Here's the hope. I was trying to think of how I would transition that to Field of Hopes and Dreams, but it's not... I'm not sure which two notes. When you say it's the same two repeating notes, da-na-na-na-na-na-na, because Field of Hopes and Dreams is... This isn't a transition so much as a mashup. Something like that. That works pretty well. Dorian is... So yes, the way I was using it, that would be Dorian. This is just natural minor or Aeolian. But then if I'm like really sitting on that G and making it kind of like that is the root where I am, then that would be Dorian. Yeah. When your hopes is dreams. Someone asked in chat, Archnash or Arknash says, "Hi Trevor, I don't know if you've said this before, but what's your setup for recording piano for both this and the Piano Collections album?" Well, I didn't record the Piano Collections album here at home. This is my home setup. This is my good boy Gary. Everybody say hi, Gary. We love Gary. He's very out of tune right now. That's why the tip goal right now is specifically to get Gary tuned. Thank you for the T2 sub, Hi Kai. I just noticed that the sub trains still have birthday hats, which is really funny and like 3 months outdated. Poor Gary needs what I call a haircut. He needs a tuning. He sounds pretty bad, and it's about $150, so I'm just doing a tip goal for that. A little low key tip goal. And at home, my recording setup, I've got different mics that I'll rotate between. Right now, you can just barely see it off camera. Peeking on there. It's an AE. Say this 10 times fast. You ready? AEA-R88A. That is literally the name of this microphone. AEA is the brand. It's an R88. But then it's also got an A because it's the variant of it that is an active microphone. So you actually use phantom power for it, for those of you who know what that means. I'm not a gear guy, for the record. I just know enough to get this going. So he is a Yamaha G2. Just sort of a workhorse, kind of more like a practice room piano, sadly. That's the reality. He's not like a high-end piano. However, the Celeste piano collections and the Chicory piano collections were recorded on this guy right here. So on Spotify, if you ever listen to the official Celeste album, which I did, that was on Gary. And Chicory. I made both of those with Lena, the composer of those. And that was also on Gary. However, Deltarune Piano Collections Volume 1 was recorded at a studio here in Memphis called Young Avenue, and it was recorded on a Yamaha G7. So if you watch the videos on my YouTube channel, other than Big Shot and Attack of the Killer Queen, if you watch those videos, you will see the actual studio where we were recording. That is really where it was. Attack of the Killer Queen and Big Shot, I hate to spoil your immersion, but those were just filmed on Gary, even though the recording was in the studio, because we did not have time to make videos of all the things I would have liked to. So it's strictly a music video. Well, I mean, they really all are. None of them are you actually hearing the exact moment that my fingers actually played those keys. That's almost never what you're seeing, unless it is a live video, and like that's the whole point. What's up, Fussy Bucket? Yeah, it was Hollywood magic. I'm sorry to ruin your immersions. Yeah, but the other videos, those were actually there. Beautiful piano. I loved that piano, man. And from now on, anything Deltarune related, I always want to record on Yamaha C7s to maintain that sound. I will make no comment as to where we did or did not record an album that may or may not exist. Thought the page turn. Was there a page turn in a weird spot? Was there a page turn in a weird spot? Sometimes edits, sometimes you miss stuff. Hey, Eclipse, that is awesome. The streams for the piano collection, I have all the stats. The day before Deltarune Chapter 5 dropped, it got about 12,500 total listens. As of yesterday, it's over 20,000 listens a day to the Piano Collections album. Oh, thank you for the 1,000 bits before the story. Absolutely. Okay, here's what I'm going to do, because I only have an hour and 10 minutes. Oh, wait, but also I was going to say my daily listeners, or my monthly listeners, has gone from about 50,000 to 108,000 in the past 3 days because of that one track. That one stinking track. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. I better keep it moving with songs. Playing music. Scarlet Forest. This is the one everybody actually wants to hear. I'm going to make a fool of myself. I'm just going to say this up front. This is not one that I can just like pop off and play it really well without having actually practiced. Viridian's questions about whether I ever detune to match the source materials. Oh, I missed that question. I'm so sorry. No. I would never, ever, ever, ever actually change the tuning of my piano for something. Never. Ever. Not like that. Not like that. But that actually, it's a great question, for sure. But I would not do that. So this part, I'm going to take a real quick look. This is actually where the Eggman, the Dr. Eggman track starts. And it's not easy to do without having actually worked on it. I do not need that much reverb. Do it sloshed. I don't have any goods here in the studio to make that happen. Is the one problem. Otherwise, gladly. I think some people in the comments on that YouTube video where I said I don't remember being this sloshed recording, I think some people didn't get that I was joking. I think they didn't realize that I realized it was slowed down, my own track. I'm just reviewing this real quick. It's in the egg room when it's like... Okay, we're going to have some fun right now. Do you guys want to have fun? Do you kids like fun?
Take two!
Wait, how did that happen? Did somebody just tip $4.99? Did somebody tip $4.99? The sound of take two is a soundboard thing for when somebody tips $4.99, but I don't see it anywhere. Oh, it's because they did it as a PayPal tip. And tips under $5 don't do the little coin splash. So the only thing that you hear is the take two. If anything, that's actually kind of funnier. All right, okay, so you guys like fun? Do you like fun? Let's figure out real quick, what key does it sound like it is in? What key does it sound like it is in on the Dr. Eggman version? Let's see. Going to the video. It's down a tritone. It is down a tritone. Is this legit? Yeah, somebody else did a full version of it where I think they just took my original arrangement, transposed it. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have some fun. So C minor. Yep. We in C minor. What I have that you don't. Here's what I have that you don't. I have a finale file. So what I can do that you peasants can't is I can pop open the finale file and I can change the key. And then, unlike all of you peasants, I will have a score that is in C minor. So how about that? How about them apples? Oh yeah. And just like that, I have the official score for the Dr. Robotnik version of Crimson Forest. Scarlet Forest Eggman Edition. There is now a PDF on my computer and my computer alone that is a score that accurately represents what is heard in the Dr. Robotnik room in the hit motion picture Deltarune. You've made a grave mistake in coming to this channel. You've made a grave, grave mistake. All right. No. I wouldn't be able to share that. No, probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't. All right, so I am going to make an attempt at maybe the first, maybe not though, who knows. World's first performance of Scarlet Forest as it appears in the Dr. Eggman room in Deltarune Chapter 5. So I have to play it super slow then too, right? How slow is it? How slow is it? Check. Finale crashed the audio driver something, screwed everything up. Boom. Man, Toby's some kind of weird genius. Cause like who would think of this? Like who would think of doing that specifically? I'm gonna take Scarlet Forest from the piano collections, but I'm going to slow it down by 32.5%, and I'm going to start it like in the weirdest spot in the whole thing, and yet somehow it works. I think. All right. World's first, happening right now. Also, I'm going to close requests because I'm already way behind. Somebody tipped $10 though for Before the Story, so at some point I'm going to wedge that one in. Because I feel like I really should for a tip that generous. Scarlet Forest, Dr. Eggman style. You might even call it Scarlet Forest Scrambled Edition. So I didn't transpose the whole thing. There's one part where it changes keys. It changes keys, and so in finale, I didn't transpose the entire thing. But what's really funny is the key that I changed to, and this is just in my arrangement, I changed keys. I changed to C minor, of all things. And so all of a sudden, it's just in the same key that it always was. In that part only. Here's the thing. Someone else requested Scarlet Forest down the road in tonight's stream. I'm gonna keep a pace going here. I'm gonna keep moving, and here's what I'm thinking. I'm realizing, as a scrappy young businessman, it really behooves me to be the first person to put a video on YouTube of Scarlet Forest, but it's the Egg Room version played live. And the easiest way to make that would be to just play it live on stream and then put that on the internet. Am I right? I don't know. You guys know internet better than I do. Would that make sense? I feel like that would make a lot of sense. Destroying 2 eggs with 1 stone. I feel like that just makes sense. Check. Finale likes to break the system audio for some reason. Now you should hear me. Now you should hear me. All right. I think I got that score sorted out. It's 6:09 though. I don't know if I'm going to have time. I might have to do that Wednesday. But you know, it's the kind of thing where you want to you want to be the first to market, right? You know? You want to be first to market with it. Let's move on though. Wait, there's a Choose Your Own by Lev the Drekken. Now, okay, I may have to be a horrible person and give priority to the requests that are not Choose Your Own sheets and that are, and particularly those that were for paid tokens, like for tips, just to make sure we actually get through everything. But let me see what was requested. Lev the Drekken. What is it you have for me? What do you have for me? Piano that may not be played well. Yeah, okay, I could do this. Yeah. All right, cool. I am... What's the fastest way to just copy paste a link? No. I'm going to pop open the Google form on my Raspberry Pi. Fair 1020 10291. I'm going to say your full name every time like that. Thank you for the kind words. I really do appreciate it. You guys are great. You're really, really nice. Man, Deltarune fans are fine. I don't know what the internet's been talking about. Can Deltarune and Undertale fans take a joke about themselves? Like am I allowed to make fun of the fandom to themselves? I feel like it's probably the kind of fandom that can take a joke. Probably. All right. Here's piano that may not be played well, but the twist is I'm going to play it really well. All right, and moving on, we have another Choose Your Own from Nico Tap. Okay. All right, what does Nico Tap have for us? I see we have people taking the time to actually, wait, no, that's another one from Liv the Drekken. I don't know what you're talking, what's the lick? Okay, Shop 3! Oh! Spoilers, I put Shop 3 on my short list for what would go on piano collections from Chapter 5. I want to hear real quick what it sounds like in-game. This was on my short list. Did you transcribe this yourself, or did you just find it somewhere? Okay, I've got to go to Tony's Spotify. Nobody rip this audio right now. You'll be able to illegally listen to the first 3 seconds of Shop 3. Wait, what? Why is it muted? Cool. That's all I need. Just wanted to hear tempo. All right. I'm going to sight read Shop 3 from Deltarune Chapter 5. First ever. First ever time it's been done. Nobody's done it before. Here we go. Let's rock. Not one person. Not one person has tried it. I'm trying to make a excuse me. Trying to make a good impression on the new people here, so I'm not even going to go on a rant about enharmonic spellings and how there are some B flats on here that are really supposed to be A sharps and A flats that are really supposed to be G sharps. Normally I go on huge rants about that, but I'm going to make a good impression and I'm going to be nice. Also, this is a fan transcription and should not be held to the same standard as like an official published sheet music book. And so I applaud this transcriber. No, I applaud this transcriber. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nicer. They did a good job. Their double sharps were actually correct. They did a good job with the double sharps. They just did some flats in places of sharps in some spots. It's actually very strange. I'm not really sure why they did it. It may have been just something about how they input it into MuseScore or whatever they were using, and then just needed a proofread. But that is on my short list for tracks I would actually arrange. Twere we to do an album of it. Now we are caught up. Opening movie, Pokemon Crystal version, requested by Dudenheimer. Let's do it. Opening movie. So this is from my own song list. There's a bunch of random stuff in there that I just ripped off of Nin Sheet Music and have never played. So I have no idea what opening movie from Pokemon Crystal is, but we'll find out. Something like that? I don't know. Oh, I will definitely do Sunset of Seven Suns if given the chance. Definitely. That's on the short list, obviously. I did it. I did it. That was it. I sure played it. I sure played a song. I don't know if I'd go as far as saying out-of-tune pianos are always better. I don't know that I'd go that far. You write sheet music to put into a piano roll. Yeah, and then if that's all it's for, it makes literally no difference. The piano roll doesn't know the difference between B flat and A sharp. If a piano roll doesn't need to know the difference between B sharp and A sharp, why should you? Why should you need to know that difference? I'm just kidding. You should. You should know the difference. You must lock in and not procrastinate. Edward Bronze, go work. Live your life. Forget about me. Forget about me. Oh, whoa. Somebody did a feeling spicy request, which is where basically you have a request token, but you don't care what is played. So if you do feeling spicy, it randomly picks a song for you. And there are like 5,000 songs that it's picking from. And yet someone did one and it rolled an Undertale song. What are the odds? It's like 1% or something. I don't know. Quiet Water from Wuntertale. From the hit motion picture Wuntertale. 5,000 songs, all Final Fantasy. Yeah. This happened last stream too. Yes, it did. It did. There was an Undertale. I'm telling you, man, it's rigged. All right. Here's Quiet Water. Just did a little bit of improv on that one. Just improvising a little, having a little fun with it. Just dingling around a bit with it. Okay, here's the short spiel I like to give on enharmonic spellings, why they matter. So, like, what's the difference between a D flat and a C sharp? If they're both that, what's the difference? Well, the word enharmonic spelling is used for a reason. It's how you are spelling it, very much like how you would spell a word, right? So here's the analogy I like to use. A C and a K can both make a K sound, right? They can. And so in some words, a C is going to make a K sound, and in other words, a K is going to be what makes the K sound. Does that mean you can just interchangeably use them however you want, though? No, it does not. Imagine reading a book where every single C is replaced with a K, and every single K is replaced with a C. That is what it is like for me to read some fan transcriptions where sharps are all flats and flats are all sharps and everything's upside down. I can figure it out eventually, the same way that if you read a book where all the K's and C's were flipped, you could probably figure out what it's saying. Yeah. You're just going to have a much, much, much harder time doing it because you have learned things to be spelled this way or that. Now, that's an oversimplification because with language, it's often a little more arbitrary what the letters are in something. There are rules behind it, and there's tradition, and there's history, but a lot of the time it's just sort of, I don't know, it just is what it is. With music, there is a math to it. There is like a certain slant that keys will have toward one thing or another, and a lot of it has to do with whether you're moving up, whether you're moving down. If you are in a sharp key, you are generally going to default to sharps, but that's not always true. If you're in G minor, for example, it's got flats in it. It's got a B flat and it's got an E flat. But when you get to F sharp, you're going to do F sharp. You're not going to do G flat. And there are reasons behind all of this. I'd have to go into way, way, way more detail. But that's the basic analogy that I like to use. It would be like casually flipping, or C's and S's. That's maybe a better example because C and S can both be a S sound, but if you flipped every S and C in a book, you're going to have a real bad time. You're going to have a real bad time. So anyway, there you go. So it does matter, yes. There are situations where it matters more and situations where it matters less. I'll say that. And there are cases where it's a gray area, and it could potentially be one or the other. That is a thing too, definitely. I'm gonna reopen requests because I think we're good. I think we're doing good. Bleep. I wrap in about half an hour though, and then I have the rest of the day off. And I put my baby down for bedtimes in 35, so I do have to actually go then. But I'll go ahead and open requests. Next up is Scarlet Forest. Do I want to give it a shot? Do I want to really give it a shot and try and get this thing top to bottom and then like actually put it on YouTube as its own thing? Scarlet Forest Eggman edition, unedited, uncensored, uncut. Yeah, but if I just totally suck, I won't. I won't put it on. Is B sharp major a legitimate key, or do we discriminate? It's a theoretical key. You could write it. It could be written. But you'd just be an idiot for doing it, is how I would put it. Or just a sadist or a masochist. Basically, there is no good defense for it, is how I would put it. You could just as much have a key of D quintuple sharp minor. You could, in theory, and just stack on more and more and more and more symbols. Yeah, like in theory, does that exist? Absolutely. There's just no defense for it. There's no good reason to do it other than novelty. That's it. Has he let me in on any useful Eggman lore since I made a song for it? I have never once had any form of communication with Toby Fox. Let that be made abundantly clear right now in this moment. Not once have I ever spoken with Toby Fox. I'm not entirely sure he exists. Not entirely sure. I'm more inclined to think he doesn't exist. Somebody will re-upload this transposed back up. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I bet. Okay, wait. This is so laden with double flats. So this is not spelled correctly for the record, but all I did was click transpose and call it a day. There's no way I'm going to be able to play that without changing the enharmonic spellings. So how ironic or fitting maybe would be the correct word. That is there's no way I'm going to be able to play that if I don't change the enharmonic spellings of it. It is unreadable trash. Yeah, it was foreshadowed. Let's see how long it takes Finale to destroy the audio connection. Let's see how quickly I can do this too. The good news is I'm a professional. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Beep 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 boop 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 beep 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 boop boop. Is that really right? That doesn't seem right. I don't know why that's sharp. Yeah. This is already way better. This is already way better. Trevor, I just found a video on Instagram that's banjo cover of my piano cover of Field of Hopes and Dreams from the Chapter 5 credits. Rando, why have you not already put this on Discord? Why are you even talking to me here instead of immediately putting that on my Discord? Because obviously, I need to see that. This is maybe the most important thing that's ever happened to me, Rando. I don't think you understand. What you are describing right now is the most important thing that's ever happened to me. Somebody has done a banjo cover of my piano cover of something. Like now I know I have arrived. Now I know. That was the moment. That was the moment he knew that it had all come together. Look at this guy changing enharmonics. Changing enharmonic equivalences like it's nothing. I laugh in the face of editing enharmonic equivalents to be optimal for reading. I revel in the challenge. Now, there are ways I could do this faster, but they would be risky. This is risky business. Okay, what I need this to be is, I need it to be a, need it to be a whole, how do I, oh my gosh, that is just heinous. Need it to be diminished. No, so it's going to be a second lower. I don't even think that there's a name for what I need to do to this. That's a bad place to be. There is not a name for what I needed to do to transpose that correctly. So I have no choice but to do it the hard way. There we go. Okay. Any tips I could share for sight reading? Yeah, I mean, this sounds so boring, but just do it a lot. Do it like a lot. My tip for getting good at sight reading is don't practice sheet music, or just don't practice anything. Always sight read everything, and never practice anything, and then you'll get really good at sight reading. I'm mostly kidding. Please don't actually do that. Part of how I got good at sight reading was just being really impatient and jumping around between songs a lot. But I don't actually recommend that because I could also be a much better pianist if I actually practiced. And so I kind of wish I had better practice habits. So please don't actually do what I just said. But yeah, I mean, just jumping between songs a lot can actually be very useful. I've had good experience doing it that way. But yeah, overall, I don't know, man. Is this worth it? Is this worth the time I'm investing into it? I feel like only the internet knows for sure. Does this look right? What even is that? do it. It was just that one section. There was no way I was going to be able to read that right. But all right, you think it's worth it also? Okay, cool. What I'm going to do, so Eggman version 3. Check. You still hearing me? Cool. What I'm going to do, though, I'm going to turn off the overlay. Or I don't know. We wanted to have a live vibe, right? So do I just leave all the crap going? Do I just leave all the crap going? Whatever happens, happens to maintain that live feel. So like have all the overlays and stupid stuff showing. So then it's like, oh, he just sort of did this off the cuff. There was no forethought went into this. Later, man. Laterzins. Maybe turn off the sound. Yeah, see, that was kind of my one thought. And before somebody... Hey, if somebody does the Africa alert like halfway through this, I'm leaving it, and I'm going to put it on YouTube just like that. Because that would maybe be literally the funniest thing I could possibly do. So... so whatever happens, happens. But what I can do is I can mute the sounds from my little widget. So like bleep and all that, those will go bye-bye. That's bye-bye now. But also, what I'm going to do, let me make sure I have hard drive space. Yeah, I do. I'm going to record in Logic so I can edit the audio if need be. Because I'm a smart boy like that. All right. Eggmanfrica. It's going to be the very first ever performance of Eggmanfrica from Deltarune. Deltarzone. All right, here we go. I'm recording. Oh man, I'm totally siring this for the first time ever on the internet. It's never happened before. I did not take time to prepare this. I mean, really, that's actually kind of true. Here's Scarlet Forest, but in the style of the Dr. Robotnik Eggman room from Deltarune, the hit motion picture. Rando, is this one really a sleeper? Like, was this not in chapter 1? I mean, was this not already a fan favorite? Scarlet Forest? I thought it was. I thought it was one of the big ones. Okay, so the only way I would actually put that as a independent YouTube upload is if the title somehow makes it clear that I'm sight reading. And so the best clickbait title probably for that, because there was some jank in there for sure. The title would have to be something like "Sight Reading My Scarlet Forest Arrangement in the Egg Room Key," or something in the lower egg room key, something like that. Deltarune people would know what it means. Nobody else would, but it would be for you nerds, right? It's for your people. Something like that. I feel like that's the vibe. That's the angle for it. And then step 3 question mark. Step 4 profit. I don't know. Something like that. Something like that. In the key of egg mine. Sight reading my Scarlet Forest arrangement in the key of egg minor. All right, we're workshopping this. We're workshopping this. That's me combined with combining my idea with Jaren's. Let's see what it looks like in print. Sight reading. I think there's a hyphen, right? Is it sight reading my Scarlet Forest arrangement in the key of egg minor? I just want to see what it looks like written. This is going to take forever. Let me see. I can do this. There's an easier way to do this. There we go. Okay, imagine you see this. Okay, it's a thumbnail. You got this, and then I'm going. I hate those so much. I hate it. I have one like that, I think, on YouTube, and it's very much satire. Okay, you see that title. Do you click? Do you smash or do you pass if you see the title, Sight Reading My Scarlet Forest Arrangement in the Key of Egg Minor? You click right away. Okay. I'll need a good thumbnail too. All right. Describe a thumbnail for this. Describe to me what you see in your vision for this. What would it be? You smash subscribe immediately and you obliterate the bell. So, okay. Average Deltarune fan who has experienced the egg room, some will understand that the track has been pitched down, others do not. But if someone sees that I am playing my piano version of Scarlet Forest in the key of egg minor, will they at least get the connection that it's Scarlet Forest, obviously, it's from the egg room, and it's my arrangement? Does that title give you all that you need to know? Because then I'm also not spoiling that it's like secret egg room. I don't even know what that means, for the record. I know what it looks like because I've seen the thumbnails for things. Thumbnail, Chris Deltarune doing pog face pointing at a piano under a red tree. Maybe a screenshot of the egg room with a photo of the piano at a low opacity over it. Okay, so the real question is, do I go full meme? Is this a case for full meme? Because I can do it. I can do this. I can do this. I'll put it up tomorrow. If I decide to do this, I will put it up tomorrow. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Have I uploaded the original Scarlet Forest? There's no video of it, but the album exists everywhere. The egg room is a bit serious, though. Yeah, but it's also, but also memes. Serious, but also memes, right? I know, like, it's a moment that makes everybody cry or whatever, so I'm not gonna like make fun of it outright. But the vibe, the angle is meme. We have exactly 69 people watching on YouTube and 69 people watching on Twitch right now. We did when I started saying that. Yeah, now it's 6-7 on Twitch. That's not funny. That's not funny. No, that's not funny. I feel like I need to do my standard businessman shill stuff and say there is a tip goal. The tip goal tonight is for paying for a tuning for Gary. Every dollar is greatly appreciated. I'm going to get him tuned either way. It's not like it's all contingent on the tips. The tips just help. It's a very nice way to keep me and my wife living the rich people life. Yesterday, we went and bought ice cream. It was gratuitously expensive. Grotesquely. So yeah, tips are greatly appreciated. I have a game that I would love for you to wish list because I made it. That's why. So if you do !wish list or !demo in YouTube, you will get linked to that on Steam. I would really appreciate it if, at the very least, just go wish list. It doesn't cost a thing. Neither does the demo. The demo's free, but that really does do a lot for us. We're kind of stagnant with the wish list. It's really an uphill battle. It's very, very difficult to get any kind of headway. It is not a game like Deltarune in the slightest. It is a puzzle roguelike, which sounds like a snore because everybody's doing it right now. I totally get that. But it is pretty fresh. What we've done is pretty fresh. I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it. If you're into puzzles, you'll like it. All right, I better finish out the set so I can put my baby to sleep, not in a dark way. Speaking of dark, here's Darkness Falls from Deltarune. Thank you, SWC. I appreciate that. Thank you for taking the time to do that. I mean, like, on the one hand, we say, oh, it's such an easy thing. It's free. It takes no time, whatever. But I'm still not going to discredit, you taking any time at all to do anything for me. Like, you shouldn't feel like you have to do anything for me. So taking the time to do even just that, even just wish listing, means a lot to me. I appreciate that. You heard my call to action and you responded. Darkness Falls from Deltarune. Performance note. So this is not my arrangement. Performance note. To simulate an echo effect, the performer may softly restrike the melody notes in measures 1 through 6, delayed by a dotted eighth. I like that. Oh, it's just bong, 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 bong. Oh, I love this one. I actually want to do this on an album. This is on my list of like leftover tracks that we didn't do from early chapters that I would like to still do. So what's written here is... But then they said the thing about doing like the slight echo, which I think I can do with... Yeah, cool. I got this. This works. Me smart. Is it just me, or does that have big Link's Awakening vibes? I think that has big Link's Awakening vibes. I am just now realizing I don't think I am going to be able to do the last two requests. Bleep. But they're also both from Jaren D. Ratman, and I think he will forgive me because I need to wrap up the stream. I would be okay with going late if not for the fact that I want to be a good dad and do bedtime with my baby girl. So I have built-in functionality for refunding tokens. Look at this. Boop, boop. I'm sorry, Rando. I'm really sorry. Back in the day, I would just go long, but today I'm being good dad, and I'm doing bedtime with the baby. Wife does bath with her, and then I do books and story time, and we wrestle and whatever. My daughter, my little toddler, is hilarious. She's the funniest kid in the world. Okay, but there's one last thing with these last few minutes that we have, and that is the Night Night song. Here we have one and one only genuine moment. Only one genuine moment every stream, and that's the song I sang at the end. This is for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It's called It's You I Like. And I actually do like you. I like you guys. You're fun. You're funny. I'm willing to keep the Deltarune weirdos around. What do you guys think? Should we keep them? Can we keep them? All right. Here's It's You I Like from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. This is how we end every stream. It's you I like. It's not the things you wear. It's not the way you do your hair, but it's you I like. The way you are right now, way down deep inside you. Not the things that hide you, not your toys. They're just beside you. But it's you I like. Every part of you. Your skin, your eyes, your feelings, whether old or new. I hope that you'll remember, even when you're feeling blue, that it's you I like, it's you yourself, it's you. It's you I like. And that's it. That's the stream, kids. I don't even know if raiding's a thing on YouTube. It probably is not. But we will raid someone on Twitch. I have really appreciated having you guys here. You were a lot of fun, and you were really, really chill, and I appreciate all the kind words, the tips, everything. It's been really, really, really fun streaming for you guys. So I will be back, not on Wednesday. I will not be here on Wednesday. I will be here on Thursday. Oh! Oh, no, Mooner! I was supposed to play... before the story for you. I'm going to end with before the story. It's okay. It's okay because bath time is still happening. This will be one last little encore. Because I do want to honor the fact that you gave No. I can do this. Because you just tipped again, too. I feel bad. Bath time is still happening. After that, I take over. I'm going to give my wife a heads up. I'll be done in 4 minutes. All right. One last bit. Thank you, Mooner, for being so understanding. Because I forgot yours was not on the queue. That's what threw me. All right, here's Before the Story. This is actually one of my favorites from the album. My biggest inspiration for it was actually Dearly Beloved, Kingdom Hearts. That was kind of what informed the way that I went about arranging it. So, here you go. One last thing. And then I might not even raid. I might just have to go zoop. So here we go.
That was rough. Take two. Biggity! You nailed it. That timing. People on YouTube don't even know what happened. Biggity, longtime jokester and troublemaker of 88-bit music, gave 499 bits at the last second to play the soundboard alert. Well, that was rough. Take two. Oh, and then Mooner7 with the sub. Thank you, Mooner. That is so generous of you. I'm sorry there was a toot during that. This channel's just kind of pure distilled chaos. You're gonna need to stick around because you guys haven't even scratched the surface of what this channel has in store for you. So anyway, I better jet. I'm not even gonna bother with raiding somebody. I gotta go help take care of baby. I hope you enjoyed that last little tidbit. Thursday, same time. I will be on Thursday, and I would love to see you there. That would be super duper cool. You're all the best. Have a wonderful night. Be safe.